considered the godfather of Brevard County. Put your hands together for Mr. Duncan Jay. Come on, everybody!
Keep me going for wild, everybody. Come on, let you hear it, let you hear it. Oh, yeah. How you guys doing tonight? Feeling good? It's weird to do comedy when the sunlight's still up, but I'm here, I'm ready. Like you said, I am local. How many of you guys are local? Well, when I say people are like, oh, I didn't grow up, because local means either you grew up here or you've been here long enough you hate the place. Until you go on vacation and come back and go, oh, thank God, the water's still here. Right? So I grew up here. I grew up in Merritt Island back in the 80s and 90s, right? When the shuttle was going up like every Thursday. Yeah, it was a great time to live here. It was a great time to be here with the shuttle program because you could tell people where you were from no matter where you went. If you traveled, no matter where you went, people were like, where are you from? You could be in the sticks of Minnesota. People were like, where are you from? I'm like, you know, the shuttle goes up? Yeah, that's my backyard. And it was, because I lived in Merritt Island. I can't tell you how many times that thing woke me up, got me to school on time. True story. No, but then the shuttle program went away, so you actually had to start trying to explain to people where Brevard County is. Right? They're like, well, where do you live? We're like, about 45 minutes south of Daytona, about an hour east. You know what? Screw it. I'm from Orlando. It's just easier to say it that way, right? But yeah, now Elon Musk has brought, space back to the Space Coast. That's kind of cool, right? How do you guys feel about Elon? Clap your hands. Let me know. All right. So half you for it, half you have no idea. I'm with you 100%. Mostly because I'm torn on it. On one hand, I'm like, Elon Musk, this is the closest we're ever going to get to a real-life Tony Stark, like Iron Man, like a billionaire just throwing money at everything, right? He's putting satellites into space so we can have cheap internet. And I'm like, whoa, I've seen that movie. Usually James Bond gets involved at the end, right? And then on the flip side of that, I'm like, you know what? This is how I really feel. I really firmly believe that Elon Musk is an alien. And I'm not talking about from a different country, not like a Trump alien. I'm talking about from outer freaking space people, okay? Follow me. Why else would you try, and I stress the word try, to send a $100,000 Tesla to Mars? So you have a ride when you get home. Right? He's like E.T., but he's playing the long game. He's like, I ain't gonna call nobody. I'm gonna pull myself up by my bootstraps and get my own damn cell phone. All I know is with $1 billion in Asperger's, you can get any ass you want, apparently. Some of y'all got really tight on that one. Some of you I heard the ass cheeks just clench up on that one. Y'all stood up right now, the chairs would come with you. Just calm down, it's just jokes. But no, man, listen, I lived here, like I said, I grew up here. I moved away, I went to New York City for 10 years. Anybody from New York? Yeah. All right. So I went to New York City, I lived there for 10 years. I actually didn't get like culture shock until I got back here. Yeah, because you go from living in a decade where the city never sleeps to everything closes before 9. Not only that, but when I left, Vieira did not exist, folks, okay? All this was a cow pasture that you went to after a heavy rain to pick mushrooms when you're in high school. Yeah. And I come back and I'm like, wow, there's a high school where I used to pick mushrooms. I'm tripping. It's crazy. And now we have this, I come back and they have a transit system. Yeah, I use the air quotes because I lived in New York where there's a real transit system. If you haven't heard of it, it's called the Space Coast Area Transit. Sounds really great, really fancy, but they like to use the acronym SCAT. And by your chuckles, you know that SCAT is another word for shit. That's exactly how the buses run. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what? I'm sitting there thinking, who was on the board of directors that named this thing? You know what I mean? There wasn't one, right? That's like, how you know SCAT's another word for shit, right? No, man, it's like crazy. You know why they did it? They did it so people that need to give up their licenses can have independence. But yeah, I'm all for independence, but who wants to ride on the shit bus? Here's my thing. If you really, really want to get people to ride your bus, go down to brass tacks, right? Go down to brass tacks, rebrand it, call it Brevard Area Transit, right? Call the buses the Batmobile. Who don't want to ride on the Batmobile, right? Yeah, you know, every time DC comes out with a new movie, DC Comics, you just rewrap it, you know, have them rewrap it, make some money. It's a revenue builder, you know? Either that or call it fentanyl, because everybody's getting on that. Oh, I got sensitive. Okay, all right. We're gonna take it back a little bit. Take it back. So how many people have grandkids? Grandkids, like, yeah, okay. How many of you have everybody? Exactly. Well, I don't know. You can't assume anything these days, sir. You know? Are you Gus? Just checking. I heard you backstage, sir. That's all. I was like, it's got to be Gus. He's opening his mouth. No, just messing with you, man. It's good. No, I mean, I don't have any kids. But I've noticed that all my friends' kids are stupid. True story. I went to a restaurant the other day. I went to the restroom. Come out of the restroom. I go to wash my hands. Now, don't get me twisted. Kids are smart, book smart, but they don't have the common sense God gave a carrot. You know what I'm saying? I walk out, see this little 10-year-old kid, 10 or 11 years old. He walks up to the sink. There's 3 sinks, right, at this restaurant. He walks up to the sink. He throws his hands in between underneath the first one. Nothing happens. So I watch him. He goes to the second one, does the same thing. Nothing happens. He throws his hands up, goes to the third one, does the same thing. Then he turns around and looks at me like I'm his parent. I just look at him like, you're stupid. Now walk up to the first sink, turn the knob, and the water just comes right out. Right? That kid just stood there and looked at that faucet like I imagine cavemen looking at fire for the first time, like, ooh, how did you do that? Just saying, man. I don't have any kids, man, because I was a bad kid. I was a bad kid. Now see, if you got kids, I know you love your kids, but sometimes you don't like them. Sometimes you want to punch those little jerks in the back of the head, but you can't, because they all know how to count to 911, and that's bullcrap, am I right? You know, I'm pretty sure most of y'all come from that old school ass. How many people got their butt whipped as a kid growing up? Clap your hands right now if you got your butts whipped as a kid growing up, yes? All right, if you're not clapping, I'm assuming you got time out, you spoiled brats. You know what timeout was for me? Timeout for me was my mom would stop whipping my butt long enough to pick up the phone. That was my timeout. She'd be like, don't ever make me tell you, ever. Hello? No, I'm not doing anything. Hold on one second. Get your little butt in the corner before I give you something to cry about. Did you guys get that? Before I give you something to cry about. Lady, you just hit me 5 times. I think I got something to cry about, okay? These tears are legit, you know? But my mom was creative, man. My mom was creative. She used to make my whippings thematic. Like if I didn't clean up the kitchen, she'd hit me with a cutting board or a wooden spoon. Very thematic. Got some Italians in the house, okay? If I didn't clean up the garage, she hit me with a bow door or whatever was out here, because out there, because I grew up here in Florida. And the worst was, if I didn't clean up my room, my mom would hit me with my own toys. Yeah, y'all ain't never been hit, you've been hit with a Hot Wheels track. See, some of y'all are laughing, Gus just had a flashback. That one time he said, "Mom, look at the loop-de-loop I made." She came in wailing with it. He's picking Legos out of his toes because he didn't clean up his bedroom. It was crazy, man. I don't know. My mom had it up to here with me though. That's probably why I don't have kids. My mom had it up here with me one day. She looked me right in my eyes. She's like, "I hope you have one just like you." You too, Gus? Did you have that? Did she do that? My mom's about as tall as this stool right here, okay? And I'm still scared of that one because when she said that, her eyes started glowing red like Teen Wolf when he ordered the keg. Like, "I hope you have one just like you." And I was a bad kid, bro. I was a bad kid. I used to get, not only get my butt whipped, but I used to get suspended a lot from school. Anybody here ever get suspended? You're not gonna admit that, are you? No, not this late in the day. Not this late in the game. You're like, nope. I got suspended a lot. In fact, when I got suspended, I thought I had a day off. Yeah, my mom was like, "Nah, bro, I got better news for you. I got more news for you than that." Because when I got suspended, my mom made me write out of the dictionary, verbatim. For each day I got suspended, I write an entire letter, verbatim, out of the dictionary. Yeah, for those of you that went to Florida public school, verbatim means everything. I'm not trying to be condescending, which means talk down to you. I would never do that. I'm just trying to say, make sure we're all on the same page. I had to write everything in between the parentheses, the upside down E, which is called a schwa. Did you guys know that? No, the only people who usually know that are school teachers and jerks. They had to write out of the dictionary. Right? I I got up to the S's in the dictionary. How quiet everybody just got. Yeah, that was a lot of suspensions. Yes, in fact, that's right where suspension is, right there in S's. Yeah. But in hindsight, thanks to my mom's punishment, I have a very extensive vocabulary now, okay? Yeah, I will mess you up at Scrabble or Words with Friends, whatever the kids are calling it. Anything between aardvark and syphilis, I got it on lockdown. Just saying, man. So I met somebody backstage earlier today who was in the military. Where's that guy at? He was in the Army? Army veteran? There he is, my man right there. And your wife's birthday today? Clap it up for his lovely wife's birthday, yes? I just wanted, it reminded me that I was also in the military. Are there any other veterans in the house? Clap your hands, make some noise, veterans. All right. Where the Army at? Army, clap your hands. All right. Air Force, clap your hands. All right. Navy, clap your hands. All right. Marines, clap your hands. One. The rest of them couldn't afford to live here. That's what it is. I'm messing with you. Listen, I trained in field artillery, and you have to understand, us military guys, we pick on each other. That's what we do. We pick on each other like brothers and sisters. Like we can mess with each other, but if you mess with us, it's game on, right? But I tell you, we call the Air Force the Chair Force. We really don't mess with the Navy because the village people did that for us. When I lived in New York City starting comedy, Fleet Week was the worst week of the year because you could not get a date to save your life unless you were in a Navy outfit or a Marine outfit, you know what I mean? But those Navy guys used to come in, I'd mess with them all the time. I'm like, listen, Navy guys, listen. I know not every dude in the Navy is gay. But every gay dude I know was in the Navy. I don't know how that works out, okay? Just saying. And then Army, the ones that pick on each other the most is the Army. The Army and the Marines. Army and the Marines. We always going back and forth. In fact, I trained in field artillery in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. I trained with Marines. And I was walking around one day with my PT uniform on, the old gray shirt that says Army on it. I had this Marine walk up to me and he said, "You know what Army stands for, right?" I was like, "No." He said, "Ain't ready to be a Marine yet." Yeah, it's cute. It's cute to have you explain to them there's way more words than the word letters on my shirt. And then I told him what Marine stands for. The one that's in here. My ass rides in Navy equipment. Shut up, leave me alone. But again, I don't have any kids. And one of the other reasons I don't have kids is because people come up to me after my show and they tell me, that I'm gonna love my kids. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna love my kids. But I hate his little friends. There's nothing I can do about it, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Because back in the day when you were a kid, you went over to somebody's house and acted like a little jerk. Their parents would have to smack the taste out your mouth, send you home, and and nobody got sued because it took a village or something, right? Like if I was over at my friend Billy's house and I acted like a little jerk, which often happened, Billy's mom was like to smack stars in the back of my head, send me home on my bicycle. And before I got home, there's a phone call made because phone calls are faster than Huffies. Right? And I get home, I get my butt whipped again. Not because of what I did, but because I embarrassed my mom in front of Billy's mom, made her look like a bad mom. And then my mom said those words, "Wait till your father gets home." And we got 3 meetings for the same thing. That's how we learned though, right? Didn't it? That's how we learned. How not to do stuff in front of Billy's mom, because she's a narc. I'm gonna brag on myself just a little bit. I've lost 150 pounds and I've kept it off over the last 6 years. It's a fact. You don't believe me? Go on my Facebook page, check out my pictures. I was 296 pounds at my heaviest. 296 at the same height. Yeah, 5'6". Neither healthy nor sexy. I promise you. So something had to be done, A lot of people ask me why did I do it? Was it to be healthy? I was like, no, it wasn't really to be healthy because I still smoke cigarettes because, I'm suicidal, but I'm also a procrastinator. They're like, was it so you could see your genitalia again? I'm like, no, I can now, thank you, but that wasn't the reason. And I tell you, the real reason was for the Facebook likes. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, this is true story. The real reason, the real catalyst is actually so I could ride the rides at Universal. No, I'm serious. Here's something y'all don't understand. People, they will tell you you're too short to ride a ride. They have signs all over the park that say you are too short to ride a ride. They will let you know that you cannot get on this ride because you are too short. No one, and I'm stressing, no one will tell you you're too fat to ride a ride. They show you. Yeah, they wait till you get on the actual ride. So waiting on the ride at Universal for the Incredible Hulk ride, right? I don't know if you've ever been on it. It goes like tick, 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 and it launches off. You pee a little. It's a great ride. It's fantastic, right? But we get up there, right? And I get into the seat, and they take the seat. They go to put the bar down, and it won't fit, right? And so they're like, "Sir, suck in." I'm like, "I am sucking in," you know, like just break a rib, you know. Like, so you would think they would just, now you have to understand, they have fat seats on these rides. They do, they have seats made for extra large people on these rides, but they're on rows like 2 and row 4 and row 6, because if you put a fat person in the wrong place, you know, you get, physics-wise, Final Destination. Right? So there I am, they take me off the seat. Now you would think that because there was a 140-pound, 6'2" kid, pimply-faced kid sitting in the fat seat, you'd think they would just switch us, right? No, they didn't do that. You would think that they would take me and put me back on the line that I was just standing on. No, they didn't do that either. You know what they did? They put me on the other side of the track. Yeah, where everybody leaves their cameras and their phones and their hats and their flip-flops. So I'm standing looking at the line I was just in, and they're all looking at me like I just ate all these people. Right? And I even heard one kid go, "What? Ma, what did the fat guy do? Is he going to Mickey jail?" And I was like, "It's Universal, you little shit. There ain't no Mickey jail." So basically the moral of the story is fat shaming works for me. But I did lose the weight, man. I had to do it a very, very, very difficult way. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I did it the old-fashioned way. I did it diet, exercise, and you have to change your diet, not like do the diets. I did every diet under the book. I mean, I did the South Beach diet, which I did the real South Beach diet, which was a carton of cigarette and an 8-ball of cocaine. Just kidding. But I did the low-carb diet. If you've ever done the low-carb, that low-carb, high-protein diet, if you do the shakes and mix up your gastrointestinal, which again, if you went to Florida public school, means you have to take a dump a lot, usually the most inopportune places, like a clubhouse in Vieira. Sorry for anybody that went in there after me. I apologize. No, but true story, man. I did all of this. I got to count calories, man. If you've ever counted calories, right? Here's a true story. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. It's true. If you want to lose a pound, you have to burn 3,500 calories, which is a lot of work and very difficult to do. If you want to gain a pound, you got to eat 3,500 calories, which is really easy to do. Especially if you go to Red Lobster, because those Cheddar Bay biscuits alone will mess you up, you know what I'm saying? Delicious. Now I'm hungry, shit. No, when you count calories, man, watch it. But here's the silver lining, watch this. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it right here. We'll put it right back over here. That was half a calorie. Right? If you're like me and you talk on your cell phone, you walk and you pace, and you talk and you pace, and for 10 minutes, that's 10 calories. What? Yeah. Sex for an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Sex for an hour is 1,000 calories. What? Yeah, sex with me is about 97 calories. Thank you for laughing at that. I used a calculator and Google to write that joke, so I appreciate you guys laughing at that. And if you're trying to do the math, it's 7.2 minutes, which is better than the national average, so do not judge me. But true story, if you're doing those shakes, man, that's why I didn't do that shake one so well, because I had to use the bathroom in the most inopportune places. Like, have you ever had to take a dump in a dive bar? Yeah, that's the worst. You walk in there, there's always that one drunk guy that walks in while you're doing your business like, damn, what's that smell? As if he had no idea that shitty little bathroom and that shitty little bar was gonna smell like, I don't know, shit. Like, that's the appropriate response, okay? If you walk into a flower shop and it smells like that bathroom, you walk into a florist and go, does that stink weed? Just get out, just run. That's why I mean, me personally, I don't know if you guys have noticed the public restrooms over the years are just being getting smaller and smaller, right? Like eventually they're just gonna think we're Asian, we're gonna hover over a hole or something, wipe our ass with a 3 seashell method from Demolition Man, I don't know. Right, because you're sitting in there, you got your elbows in your ribs, you can't even wipe there, you can't even reach it, you're like a T-Rex trying to reach his own tail, like. Right? And guys, you can't wipe between your legs. It gets gross, you know what I'm saying? Some of you guys are checking the temperature of the water for your asses to see, you know what I mean? Sway low. But ladies, you can, same bathroom, you get a test of this, you're sitting there, and it's an automated flusher, so you make the wrong move, and whoosh, cappuccino bidet. It's okay if you groaned at that joke. If you groaned at that joke, it means it was hilarious, but your parents taught you not to laugh at that, so I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at your parents. No, but true story is, though, that's why me personally, I like to use the handicap stall. Who's with me? Clap your hands right now. Clap your hands. That's okay. Don't worry. Don't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody's in a wheelchair right now. They know you use that bathroom, okay? So don't look around. Clap your hands right now if you've ever used it. If you're not clapping right now, you're lying, okay? And God hates liars. I'm just saying. Because those bathrooms are amazing. Most of them, they got their own sink. They got a lot of leg room, which is kind of ironic for a handicapped stall to have leg room. but they're spacious, you know. It's like big. It's like you can put down an inflatable mattress, fold some clothes, take a nap. It's like a 2-bedroom apartment in New York City. You can stay a while. You know what I mean? Well, except when somebody knocks on the door while you're doing. You ever had somebody knock on the door when you're doing your business? You're sitting in there, somebody's like, what's the first thing you do when somebody knocks on the door? Doesn't your butthole tighten up real tight for like a half a second? You pray to God that person goes away, right? So the dude knocks again. It's like, so I said the first thing that came on, I was like, shit, piss, occupado, because Tourette syndrome was a handicap. I was in a handicapped stall. I felt it was appropriate. Hey, now when to go out, right? And you ever go to leave? You ever notice how the bathroom stalls, they never quite meet? There's always that little crack in between. Have you ever made eye contact with somebody, Gus, between that crack? Yeah, and it's the most awkward couple seconds of everybody's life. Like, did you see me? I think you saw me. Oh God, you hide behind the sink. Like, I don't know. Because you can't walk out and talk to this person. You gotta just have a head nod. Like, what's up? Because you guys, you know, you can't talk. Now you both have a secret you can't share with anybody. Right? Because you can't walk out and tell your guy friends that you met a dude in between the door and the bathroom stall. Your friends are like, what, was he a Republican senator from Idaho? Was he tapping his foot? What was he doing? That's as political as I get. Calm down. But here's what happened to me, though. I didn't actually make eye contact this time. What I ended up seeing was the wheel of the wheelchair. You hear the silent judgment, Gus? You hear all the silent judgment? Because every one of them just clapped for using the handicap stall, so it could have been them, I'm just saying. But I felt the same way as y'all did. I was like, you ever had that conversation with yourself? What do we do now, stupid? So I decided I was just gonna walk out, I was gonna apologize, and I'm gonna bounce right. Because what's he gonna do, chase me? And if he does, you just flip that switch on the side, he goes around in a circle. No, I didn't do it, I'm just kidding. I know, a terrible person, I know, but it gets even worse, calm down. Because when I unlatched the door to walk out, something up here unlatched, and when I went to say I'm sorry, what came out was, I'm sorry! I know, I am a jerk, I'm going to hell, I know I am, I know. But I had to run all the way out to my car that way. Because I was parked in the handicap spot. Guys, thank you very much. I'm Duncan Jay. Good night. Are you guys ready? I guess we're going to. Are you going to go get drinks now? Oh, you're not.
Put your hands together for Mr. Duncan Jay. Right here, right here. Come on back, Duncan, take it down, baby. Duncan, come back, take it down. Come on back and take it down. Duncan Jay. All right, so that's the first half of our show. Now we're going to do about a 15-minute intermission here, so you guys can go out and get some drinks and go back if you have to, whatever you have to do, just relax a little bit. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to do my part of the show. Now let me do something real quick here because I'm afraid to wait